up, you guys? Welcome back to From the Shelves. I'm Jamie, and today we're looking at another member of Series 17. It is the Serpent Hunter Predator from NECA. Now, this guy actually wasn't in the AVP movie. He made his debut in the Aliens vs. Predator video game. Now, Serpent Hunter has been a fan favorite for a long time, and NECA has finally delivered. He comes in this nice blister card packaging with the actual video game logo right here on the bottom. Now, he comes with this sweet xenomorph-inspired biomask. He's got 2 wrist blades. His paint is actually a little bit different than earlier AVP lines this time, which is really nice to see them change it up a bit. He's got a few accessories and a pretty big shoulder cannon, but I'm excited to get him out of the box. So without further ado, let's get this guy open and check him out. NECA's Serpent Hunter Predator from Series 17. Now, like I said in the intro, this guy actually wasn't in the AVP movie. He made his debut in the Aliens vs. Predator PC video game from 2010. Now, he wasn't in the video game very long at all. I think fans just loved the look of him and the design and fell in love. I'm one of them. His biomask is reminiscent of a xenomorph. It even talks about in his bio how he's the most successful xenomorph hunter of all time, and he kind of thinks and acts like a xenomorph to get inside their head. He doesn't ever remove his mask, so he can be a little more mysterious and act more like a xenomorph itself. So let's dive right into this guy, and of course we will start with the SCULPT first. And we'll take a look right at his biomask, because man, it is awesome. They did a fantastic job sculpting this mask for him. You can see we get a very traditional flat dome, but it comes in these nice ridges, almost like we get on the actual xenomorph and alien himself, down into these cool fangs. The fangs are a little tight, a little small, and the chin kind of protrudes just a little bit, but it looks really well done. We get some more venting and porting down into here by his cheek area, and 2 little nozzles up at the, I guess where his nose would be. Up in here we get his laser sights as well. Some nice caresses and ridges on the back. Comes to a point. Like I said, they did a phenomenal job with this biomask, and I'm very happy to finally see them put this on this figure and to release this guy. Now, coming down into the torso area, we finally get some different stuff from the AVP line. I couldn't be happier about this. It looks like we almost get some leather strapping attached to him, some new sculpted in shoulder pads, where it's almost like metal plating, like just single plating, which is great. Some more leather on top of that with some, I guess, looks like spining of some kind with made of some sort of steel, which is great. We get some more trophy bands with little skulls and some more tiny bones wrapped around his biceps. It goes the same for over here. And for his gauntlets, this is awesome. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time we've gotten retractable blades in the AVP line. We've gotten retractable blades in the past, but I don't think they ever came with any AVP figures. And they look great. They're huge. They extend up to about that far. And we get them on both arms, which is very nice. It looks very proportional to the figure itself. I absolutely love it. And up here we get the same kind of, I guess, vest or overcover from the torso we've seen previously, but with some few additions to kind of just finally make this kind of figure pop. It's what we've been waiting for. But before I get ahead of myself, let's go down, keep it into his gauntlets. This series opens up, and we get Predator lettering this time. How cool is that? I think this is the 2nd or 3rd figure ever in the NECA lines to actually have that. So I'm so glad they finally incorporated it on this. I don't know why they didn't do it in the Elder, but the Serpent Hunter has it. And coming into the belt area, more new sculpting. We get some leather pieces over our traditional looking gadgets, the Predators use in the AVP line. We get some leather soft rubber fabric down into here. This almost looks like a brand new piece. I don't remember seeing that on anything before. We get some awesome new leather bands wrapped around his thighs. We get some more gadgets and weaponry all through the back of him. Some nice trophy skulls and some more soft pliable rubber down here on his waist area. I love this take. It's all coming back to me now. I feel like I remember why I fell in love with this Predator from the get-go. But they just did a phenomenal job. I'm so glad just these tiny little details they changed up can go such a long way in the Alien vs. Predator line. And then we coming down into here, we get his dagger, which is a great addition. I'm glad they had that. To tell you the truth, I don't know if he did have that in the video game or not, but who cares? It looks really kick-ass on him right here. And then we get some tiny little shin guards on here. Also new. I don't remember these on any of the AVP Predators. We get some almost leather bands on the top of these shin guards that kind of blend into the steel, which is really nice. And then we get those foot coverings we saw with Scar, Chopper, and Celtic Predator, which is kick-ass. And the body itself is the traditional AVP body. Nothing new there. A very nice take, and I'm just so happy to see NECA change it up a little bit and add some new stuff onto this kind of figure. The mask is just so stellar. I couldn't be happier with the sculpt and how it turned out. And coming in for paint, we get a new paint scheme as well. It looks like we actually get a really like a gunmetal gray to this. It's a much darker tone to what we've seen. It might even have been a kind of silver tone to begin with, and they just went in with a heavy gray gunmetal dry brush all through this. It looks awesome. I'm so happy they changed it up a little bit. You can see it up in here. It's kind of one matte tone with the dry brushing in here for the skull. I'm glad they didn't go crazy or sporadic with it because it looks very, very good, nice and simple and clean. And we get some red coloring, almost a heavy maroon up here for his laser sight. And down into here we also get that same gunmetal color with some accents of more red. This is the kind of stuff I was talking about on the Elder Predator. Just little stuff like this can make this figure pop. This little red here looks great, and I know that was in the video game, but still, just little minuscule details goes such a long way on figures like this. Then we get some more of a very dry brown color for his leather area. We get some darker brown up in here for his bicep leather bands, and down here we get some more of that gunmetal color and a nice heavy silver or chrome with a dull black wash on for his blades, which is really nice. And coming down in here we get some more leather striping and peaking, which really makes this figure pop. Some more of that leather color through his waist, some more leather browns down here, and that same gunmetal color we were talking about on his shins and on his feet. And his dagger, we get some more of those red accents with a little bit of a lighter tone of silver in his dagger itself. And the skulls are your traditional skulls we've seen from NECA 100 times. They do a great job painting that, so nothing new right there. But in a just consensus to the traditional, maybe regular collector, they're not going to notice these giant details, but for the AVP line being so similar and so stagnant for so long, these minute little paint and sculpt details can go such a long way with this, and I'm so happy NECA finally brought them to the forefront. And coming in for articulation, if you guys have an AVP Predator or any of these body designs from NECA, you'll feel right at home and you know exactly what I'm about to show you. It is the nice ball swivel up on the head. We get a ball joint. Mine's really, really stiff up on the by his shoulder. A bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. A nice ball peg for his wrist and hand, so you get full range of movement there. The wrist blades, like I said, go in and out. We get a torso pivot a waist swivel. It's actually on a ball, so that can move around a good bit there. We get ball joints at his waist. This is super, super stiff on mine, so be very careful. Your guys could be too. We get a double peg at the knee and a ball joint on the ankle. So a very, very large range of movement. There's nothing on this that hinders any movement on this guy. And like I said in previous videos, the AVP line is usually really, really good on articulation, especially for how bulky and big these Predators can be. So thumbs up on NECA for that. And coming in for accessories, we get a kick-ass shuriken, which we've seen 100 times with a bunch of different Predators, including almost every member of the AVP line, minus actually Elder, but a nice cool addition. The shuriken is probably one of my favorite weapons. There's nothing cooler when they're throwing these bad boys around in a movie and splitting some skulls. So that's a great little addition. Then we get two hands that I guess can hold his shurikens, as opposed to his closed fists he has on with the blades right there, which is a nice little addition. You can swap these out and put them on the other Predators as well, change it up and stuff like that. Then we get his dagger down here, which is removable. A real nice addition. We've seen other Predators in the past with this. It's kind of that trophy ceremonial dagger, which is really nice. And I said that you got accents of red in there, which really makes this pop. And I love these little daggers they include with them. They're a nice little accessory just to plug into his boot. And last but not least, we get his removable backpack. We get a nice large gun up on here this time. The AVP backpacks tend to sit pretty well on these Predators, which I'm pretty happy with. I still think the P2 guns are the easiest to use just because they're very simple. But this is a nice addition. You get a nice large cannon, an easy slide back and forth right there. You can kind of plug it out if you need to. You don't even want the gun. It slides right back in. And this one is actually a little loose. I can't complain too much because I tend to get pretty lucky with these shoulder cannons. So this one's just a little misfire, no pun intended. But a nice addition for that. And that's about all we get for the Serpent Hunter accessories. But like you said, who even cares with this? Because this guy is just so much fun to look at. So all in all, this is a fantastic addition to the AVP line. I know he's not from the movie, and I guess he's not on quote-unquote from the AVP line, but he lines up and he's going to sit with your the rest of your AVP figures. So whatever you want to call it, this is an Alien versus Predator figure to the core, and it is a great, great addition. From the new sculpting we're finally getting on this figure and the subtle new paint applications they added to him, it's great. The biomask is top-notch, one of my favorites, and definitely my favorite Predator in Series 17, hands down. A very, very solid figure. This Serpent Hunter gets a heavy and solid B+. Like I said, NECA knocked it out of the park with this, and I hope they continue the trend of making more Predators like this. No one would have ever thought we'd ever get a Serpent Hunter Predator figure, but look, he's here in front of us now, and he looks fantastic. So, if you like what you guys saw, hit that like button, comment, subscribe. I love talking to you guys. I want to talk to you guys, and remember, keep on collecting.